Knight is coming. Hang on, I'm coming, hang on. Almost done here, hang on. Alright, howdy folks, welcome back. Yeah, Brian Knight is coming. Hang on, I gotta get my show together here. That was a EVP, an electromagnetic voice print left on a Storm Chasers video. This is the Storm Chaser right here. Where's his windshield wiper flapping? Yeah, right there. He's videotaping this van flipping in this hurricane, and captured on his video and the audio is this EVP. And we'll come back to that later. But that was my opening, letting you know Brian Knight is coming. Hang on, I'm getting together here. Alright, so get my pointer here. Here we are, November 4th, 2023. And as you can see, we've got this beautiful little CME going on. I've used this frame right here for the thumbnail. And while we're here, let's just zoom in on it really quick. Okay, you can make out a black round shadowy object right here. You can see the magnetic field that it's caused right here, the CME that it's caused. It looks to maybe have a second one back behind here. This one, as we scooch it up, it almost looks like it has two. Almost like a yin-yang type thing going on there. Anyways, that's just that frame right there that I use for the thumbnail. We'll put this into motion and go through it frame by frame like we always do. So first, let's put it into motion here. Whoops, forward motion, thank you. We're not going backward through time, we're going forward through time. Alright, there we go. You can see some other ones sneaking out over here. Where was the other one? Down there and right there. Okay, so we'll let that play for a minute. This one also, when we speed it up, it shows it a little bit better. But first, I'll let you look at it at normal speed here, and then when we speed it up, you'll see it a little bit better. Okay, let's give it some, right about there, I think. Alright, yeah, now watch this when it comes off right there. Okay, so we'll slow it back down to normal speed. And then one more time I want to pause on. Right back here, let's go. Although that's a cool image right there. If you tilt your head to the right a little bit, it almost looks like a crown coming off of the head or something. Let me find that frame one more time. Yeah, this one. And we'll zoom back in on it real quick. Alright, so there's some objects in here that are inducing this CME. Okay, and then we saw the other one sneaking by over down below here too. So let me put it back into motion here while we got it zoomed in. A couple other little quick shots at the end right there. This one kind of blossoms a little slow. And then you see these two shots right there go through there at the end. That one was totally spherical. You could see it in the shape and the shadow of it. Watch this one when it comes out right there. Alright, so there's your activity for the 4th here. Hang on, let me take a sip here. So we've had several days in a row with activity coming off the sun, okay? And this is all inbound energy that will affect our weather. Let's come on over here. And you can see that according to this instrument, the sun looks like it's kind of flatlining. There's some small little bumps here. This is the activity that we saw today. Let me just zoom in really hard for you on this so you can see how insignificant it shows up. All right. This yellow line is the C class, not M class. All right. Or I mean, this is the C class between here and the M class. My bad. Sorry. So these aren't even reaching M class right here. These are just small, tiny little hiccups where the sun looks like it's flatlining over here. All right. So what I just showed you, this translates to just minor little hiccups here on our instrument. And when I'm so zoomed in, it looks bigger, but when we back out to normal, it looks still flatline. I mean, right through here, this does not describe the events that we saw today. All right, so the sun's pretty weak, and when it does have these events, it barely pops out, didn't even pop out an M flare or an M class. So there's that instrument. Let me, you know what? Never mind. Let's just go down. Here's our absorption for right now. We're in the blue zone. It's hitting the Indian Ocean. Let me scooch this over a little bit. We have 5% X flare, 90% C flare, 25% M flare. I could see this dropping now because the sun's kind of, according to their own instrument, the chance of an M class doesn't look very big right now. So anyway, there's that. Let me scooch this over. 3474 has now just beta, so that's a good thing. I think I'm too zoomed in. That's what it is. All right, and then we got this coronal hole coming around that's going to face us. This speeds up the solar wind, okay, and the density and stuff that comes off of this hitting our magnetosphere does not help, okay? So these coronal holes aren't helping at all either. And this one's in the strike zone, rotating around towards the Earth-facing direction here pretty soon. Okay, now let's go over to the tracker, and let's track it. All right, according to this, you got this thing going up this way, all right, which is good. We don't need another CME hitting us on the chin. We got another big one coming in here pretty soon. So, and I saw a little bit of Wages World. Apparently, one made it in sooner than expected. I think they might be mistaking one that they just didn't think was coming in, because there's multiple coming in, and they're only expecting one. So it may be just a preliminary one that they weren't expecting, that they don't show on this. They're constantly showing the ones that are going away. The ones that come at the Earth stay on there for a minute, but then it's gone, and they show something else. So there's your tracker for the moment. Let's take a look at our auroras, shall we? Not too bad. Our typical average aurora events going on, so nothing too extreme right now. Oops, I want to see the KP index real quick. Yeah, see this yellow spike right here? I had a feeling. Yeah, we've had a little event here, KP 4.5 or so. So nothing too big, but that's the little blast that hit us or whatever. They weren't expecting this this little KP index storm right there. Alrighty, let's move on to the Schumann. Come on, Mr. Schumann, show me your shoe. Come on now. Well, oh, there it goes. I want to scroll to a certain spot right there. Okay, we do a little scoochy. Scooch this up. Scoot the screen up. Scoot you guys in. And voila. Let's maybe even scroll up a little bit better. There's a little bit better. Okie dokie. You can see we've had another one of these little events here, okay? And note that the Schumann, the 7.83 hertz, the one that's most important, still remains all throughout this. Even when there's these events, this is just this frequency is just very extreme. Okay, the white shows intensity. So when these are extreme and then they're not, and then there's a magnetic field and then there's not, and then we get these extreme fluctuations like this affects your emotions. This affects you physically, mentally. It messes with the animals as well. So, this is not a very big event. This is just today's, okay, or current right now. This was just not too long ago, all right? But main thing is we're pumping along fine coming out the backside here, all right? I don't want to see a little shadow area evolved out of this event on the backside here. So I'm watching it closely, making sure our magnetic field's still going. But you can see there's little faint dark patches, little dark spots here and there. So it's fluctuating. And, these CMEs and energy coming in, a coronal hole, it's going to cause more of this, okay? So expect to see, we got what the last 3-4 days have all been activity off the sun. So expect to see the next few days some more of this activity. I'm not going to predict it. I'm just saying expect to probably see more of this activity, okay? Let's come on over to the earthquake report now. How's everybody doing out there tonight? Let me get this set back up again. I see some of you in the chat. Welcome. Thanks for stopping by at this late hour. The material I report on is probably not good to be shown during the daytime. Maybe not. All right, let's get started over here at the main point of a lot of our activity. Now, yesterday we had a couple of deep quakes here, a 5 something and a 4, right? So we were expecting 5 energy to come into the system. Well, here's some of this energy right here. Let me pull back a little bit more so we can start marching through this, and you guys can see this stuff over here as well. Yeah, take a sip. Alrighty, shall we? So already this is energy that's entering the system, mid-range 4s. There's another mid-range 4, mid-range 4, and another mid-range 4. Okay, all 4 of those are 4.5s. This was a 4.3 at a depth of 382. And this one is a 4.6, moreover at Tonga, where there's, it's not as deep of a quake. So let me timestamp that one. That was at 5:18. So apparently these quakes, my bad, came after this quake. All right, so here's our main energy. 4.3 came in, deep quake right here. Triggered off this 4.6, entered the system, and starts dumping off 4.5 after 4.5. All right, we went through all of those. Here at our channel here at Java is a 4.9 at a depth of 10. So the energy's running along this system, creeping up this way. There's nothing here in the northern part, so I'd watch that carefully. Nothing dumped off at our fulcrum point here either, so I'd watch that carefully. We have this one. Let's timestamp that. Yeah, that's after the Fiji quake as well. It's 4.5 as well. So these equal quakes all came all through this area. Skip some of it. Okay, maybe this is locked up or something still. Then it crept up through here by Taiwan, dumps off a mid-range 4, a 4.4 at a depth of 11. Over on this side, this is a little bit bigger at a magnitude 5 at a depth of 10. But you can see our mid-range 4 to 5 energy creeping up through the system. This one was read not too long ago, so it's pretty recent. That's another mid-range 4.6 at a depth of 36. Come on over to this one. We have a 4. This energy kind of depletes sometimes if it comes over this kinked garden hose and tapers down. So there's your 4 right there. That is, never mind. This one is actually before the Fiji quake. This is leftover energy from yesterday, it appears. Let me timestamp that one as well. Yeah, all of these are early quakes right here. So this is all leftover energy. So our energy's crept up to Japan here. Maybe it'll dump something off here at the peninsula, the Kamchatka. God, I can never say that one right. Make it to the fulcrum point here, and then scooch over. Yeah, practice my Russian a little better. Now over here, this is a 4.5 that came off and dumped off at this fulcrum point over here at India. So there's your mid-range 4 energy. Note how naked this area is. So I'd watch for 4.5, maybe in this area, the Italy, Greece. Lately, Greece has been the spot. Turkey possibly. So we have incoming 4.5 energy. We get these, we get these ones that dump off right here at this 3-way intersection off of Yemen here too. So, in Somalia right here. So watch for 4.5 in that region and in this region too, because this is naked still, or possibly up here, because this could fill in as well. All right, even though it jumped it can still fill in as well. So all over Europe, really quiet. Okay, nothing on the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, nothing in South America really. Here we have at the Cocos Plate a mid-range 4, a 4.2 at a depth of 54. I want to see where that one's at. Bear with me as we zoom in really quickly here. I want to see if it's on land or in the water. Oh, it's in the water. Okay, in this weak zone right here, just off the coast, all this sand is inundated with water. Makes it really, really pliable, almost like easily liquefactionable. If you know what I'm saying, it's almost liquefied sand all along the coastline there, because water inundates underneath it a little bit, right? So there's our quake at the weak zone, 4.2. It's good there. It's releasing energy. It's not on the shelf knocking stuff down, so I'll take that all day. But this plate, we got to watch carefully. Coming over here, here's another mid-range 4 to depth of 158 over here in Colombia. What just popped off here, a 3.1 in Puerto Rico. And then up here to, this is the one I wanted to talk about a little bit. We have this one here in Texas. We had a 4.0 here in Texas today. It's pretty shallow at a depth of 6.7. So you guys here around, where is that? Well, around that region in Texas probably felt a little shaking today. Excuse me while I take a sip there. 2.8, also outside of White Sands, New Mexico right there. So a little bit of activity creeping into the interior there. A couple of little ones dumped off here by the San Andreas, but nothing too big. Nothing around the Juan de Fuca, so it's quiet. But we do have a little bit of energy that if it makes it over this hump, could come up here, dump off one at Alaska, 4.5 to 5 potential, anywhere along Alaska down to this bottom part of the Juan de Fuca. Oh, I want to see a little guy up here north. 3.2. Okay, at a depth of 15. Anything else noteworthy? No, I think we covered them all. All right, let's move on to the null school instrument. I got set up right now at this real quick. What I need to kind of do is back out. Whoopsie. Can you see the America? You see the outline of America, and then when we put the winds on, it kind of blocks it out a little bit. But you can see we got this upper jet stream focusing here on the Pacific Northwest, Oregon, California, and then it comes up, it does this hump. Do you guys see this ridge right here where everything splits up? It goes up and over, and then also note how it drives stuff down and around and comes up through here. So I'm going to let the winds back on. Now, you see this ridge right here? This split in the jet where it comes in, goes up, it grabs cold air, drives it really down hard into this ridge. You see this ridge right here? This ridge is taking this cold air and driving it back down into this air that has been driven south where the warm water is, picked up and slammed together right here over Louisiana and the Gulf Coast right here, and Tampa and the western side of Florida. Okay, so that's our jet stream. So it's making a change here. All right, I'm just kind of giving you the reference of America. Then I'll let go and put the winds back on. All right, so watch out in this region, right around in here, for storms to come together and possibly collide for intense weather, for your severe thunderstorms and tornadoes and stuff. All right, as well as this coming into the coast. This is no joke either, because if you look where the source of it comes from, it's even colder air coming down, mixing with warm air that's rotating. See this? This feed right here is feeding warm air, warm, moist air from the tropic zone up into this cold dive that's coming down. This to get this hot cocktail right here is what I call it, slamming right into the Pacific Northwest. So you guys be on alert for large precipitation, potential water spouts making landfall. Hail, just everything that comes with weather. So watch out in this region, and then watch out in this region as well. Okay, while we got it here, not much has changed on our polar vortex, but something a little bit. It was a deep V like this coming down into the country and coming out of the country. Now it has shifted more up this way. Sorry, it came down here and shifted and went up this way. Now it's shifted more over and up, and it's picked up this vortex right here. Now, this vortex off the coast of Africa could possibly pitch a couple of hurricanes at us. Do you see the intensity of the pink here? Let me go right off the coast of Africa here. So this has the potential to possibly sling some, tropical depressions. One last event here at America, if we continue to stay in this pattern. Pardon me while I cough there. But it's a second vortex that is making our polar vortex gel together even more. It's becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. As soon as this part kind of goes away, this outer band, collides with this one, it'll be a nice strong vortex. So it's almost complete. It's still got a sub vortex that's peeling off some energy and a bubble on the other side, but it's forming, while this one, which was raging all the way up to the southern part of South America to tip of Africa, it was huge this year, is now a lot smaller, and you can see it weakening here in the middle. So there's your polar vortexes and your jet stream. The SO2 hasn't changed much. I don't really want to get into that too much tonight. One last thing I did want to warn is Spain. When we see this cocktail coming off of our country, this northern fetch and this southern fetch combining together again. They come off here and come off down here, and they combine right off the coast of Spain. So I will watch watch out Spain, France, Italy, all of this area because your upper jet stream is pitching everything towards you guys. All right. I think we're done there. Are we done, Lord? Yeah, we're done there. Because the fires were just normal, like they usually are, so I don't feel like reporting on that tonight. We need to back up here. But we can't. Can we just play it? Alright, well, we got the loop playing here. Let me get this a little bit better for you guys. Take a sip and get ready for tonight's weather forecast. Oh, I love you guys. You're awesome. Thanks for hanging in there. And to the people that watch the replays, thank you for coming back. Because I do it kind of late, and I know it's not everybody's time frame, so thank you, everybody. All right, let me just... Now, this is showing a lot, but I want to only concentrate on the next 4 days. First of all, let's come back over here real quick before we do this. Today being the 5th now, okay, because it's past midnight. Today was the 4th. Tomorrow will be the 5th. It's now. So 3 days back would make it the 2nd. And let's see what activity. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, double shot. And this one down below, that ghostly one down below here. All right, so this is inbound energy that's coming to hit us. All right. It'll be mixing with our weather and intensifying it. So there's the 2nd. We had stuff on the 3rd and today on the 4th. So the next 3 days. Today we had this energy hit. Remember that was a KP index spike. Tomorrow, the next 3 days. So that's the energy to expect to mix with our weather tomorrow. Not just weather. You know, something else I neglect to tell you guys. I keep associating this stuff with weather. This goes for volcanoes, earthquakes as well, because when this energy hits the earth, the magnetic field directs it to the poles direct it to the core heats up and swells, and we have earthquakes, we have volcanic blasts, right? That's what relieves the pressure from down below, are the earthquakes, the volcanic blasts, even fissures opening up, okay? So when we are absorbing stuff like this, taking it on the chin a lot, the earth reacts by relieving pressure through volcanoes and earthquakes. So watch out. We got energy coming in for, increased volcanic activity, earthquakes, and weather. All 3 of them, and, that this affects. That's why I do the solar report with these other reports, because the sun affects the earthquake report, affects the forecast, and affects the other, as well as the spiritual report I do as well, okay? All right, so there it is. There's your inbound energy for tonight's forecast, all right? Getting this? Good. Let's go. This is the night of the 4th, current conditions. This is the morning of the 5th. This is the noon of the 5th, and the end of convection the 5th, and the night of the 5th. Okay, so this is a day we're expecting a lot of energy, and it doesn't appear that we have much storm activity for it to influence anyway. So maybe we're going to dodge a bullet when this energy comes in, but it's going to affect the weather somewhere on the planet, okay? I used to do these intros showing you the devastation in other countries. Now you guys need to go over to some of these other channels and go see for yourself what's going on every day. Some of these channels I watch, every day there are cars floating down the street of some city in some country. It's either hitting this place or that place or this place, but every day it's cars going down the street in a flood, or, so it's affecting somewhere on the planet. Just because it doesn't hit here in America and we didn't see some violent storm out of it does not mean it did not hit or affect this planet, okay? And I don't do the worldwide weather because it's just too much to keep up with. You guys have your own localities. You can go to your local weather and then look at that forecast and take my forecast and make your new educated guess, taking mine into consideration as well as yours. Because you guys got a brain out there too. All right. Here we go. So, even though, like I said, it didn't show much right here from convection to the nighttime, doesn't mean there's not a storm somewhere else. It's pushing snow up into Canada up here, this low pressure. Now that's into the morning of the 5th. Now we have this coming into the coast here. This low is wrapping up and starting to come together. It's got a little freezing rain in it as well as bands of snow on the backside. That's the noontime of the 5th. There's the end of convection. Now, we have over here on this coast the intense weather right here, okay? This yellow spot right here at the California-Oregon border. This is during that time frame of intensification of storms. So this storm that makes landfall here might be a little bit stronger than what they're showing right here, okay? It's still going to, be a storm. It's still going to make landfall, but I'm just saying at this juncture, it has the potential to intensify more than what they're showing, as well as this storm. You see it's starting to gel and come together in the snow on the backside. It kind of dives down this way as this storm enters California now. This is the morning of the 6th. Actually, let's back up the last 3 frames because that's the nighttime of the 5th, the morning of the 6th. Then we go into the noontime of the 6th, the end of convection on the 6th. This starts to spread interior. This is still chugging along. There's the nighttime of the 6th, the morning of the 7th, noon, the end of convection, the nighttime of the 7th, morning of the 8th, that's noon. This driving up into here, you see this snow on the backside. There's an icing event possible right here. That could possibly be more intense. The snow totals could be more intense. The rain totals could be more than what this is projecting in this little time frame right there. And that's the morning of the 8th. Now, depending on what comes off the sun tomorrow, or, on the 5th, will dictate anything after this. But you see it's still quite a monster storm. The icing event spreading. Still carrying on into convection there on the 9th. There's the nighttime of the 9th. Nighttime of the 8th, sorry. This is the morning of the 9th. So all of this is the 8th. There's the morning, noon, convection, the nighttime, and the morning of the 9th. So this big storm moving through the upper states here is, if the tail end of it's still affecting New York. So the icing event's up here in Canada, but by this juncture right here, they're showing icing in mid-New York State, up in upper Great Lakes states here. It intensifies into this. Let me get this up here for you because this is getting important now. Okay. All right. This is the end of the 9th here with this icing event coming into New York, New Hampshire, this whole northeast up here. Okay. So this is no joke. This could be a lot worse than what it's showing here too, depending on our energy coming off the sun on this day, or 3 days prior to it. Okay. All right, I gotta zoom back out to use the instrument. We can go 110, I think. All right, so that's the morning of the 9th now. Then it goes up into Maine at the noontime. There's the end of convection, and then the nighttime. So this storm, starting from, well, even right there, starting from the morning of the 8th all the way through the 9th for this region of the country. You guys be on alert, okay? As that thing comes together, look how it forms a tail. This tail starts to form and drag down into Texas here on the end of convection. There's a possibility for intense thunderstorms here on the Texas-Louisiana border there at the end of convection on the 9th, even going into the nighttime hours, not blossoming too hard, but spreading out into Louisiana and the Texas coast there. Now, anything after this is kind of unpredictable, so I'm not going to go too intense on covering it. I'll just let it kind of speak for itself as we move through it. Another storm moving in over on the Pacific Northwest here. This is calling the 15th, from the morning of the 15th. There's the end of convection, and then the night of the 15th into the 16th there. It's the noon, the end of convection. Note out in front of the storm, see how this dry air is coming together, or this moisture is coming together here. And right here, watch these frames as this comes together. Now we have the possibility for severe weather in Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, even down into Texas a little bit. Also, over here at the like Lake Tahoe area, let's see if we can. Even over here, there's a little yellow spot right there, so they could possibly get thunder snow here in the Sierras maybe, but that's pretty far out. That's what this is calling for. It intensifies, so there's the end of convection on the 16th, intensifies into the night of the 16th, goes up into Canada into the morning hours of the 17th. That's noontime. There's convection, and then it moves on out as another storm. Let's go over here again and watch this again. Back and forth. All right, here we are, 4 p.m. Pacific Coast time, right around the end of convection here. There's intensification here at nighttime, hitting British Columbia, Seattle, the Puget Sound area. Driving in, it's actually going red in that area now, so some severe weather associated with the boundary of this storm right here. That's the end of convection right there, going into the nighttime, still intensifying into the morning hours again on the 18th, and then starting to drive down into the interior during the midday 18th. That's the end. And then look at this thing over here on the East Coast wrapping up. It's all spread out, but as this moves through, it makes this storm, look at this low come together right here and wallop Maine and the upper northeast. Right, and that's the last few frames. Let me put that back into motion there and let you guys just kind of take a peek at this for a minute as I get ready for tonight's spiritual report. Alrighty, Lord. Where are we going with this one? Okay, that's right. Alright, yeah, so let's go back first to this. Okay, this opening video is an EVP, which is an electromagnetic voice print that's left as residue on a video, on audio tapes. Ghost hunters use this technique to talk to the other side. It's called necromancing. I don't suggest you do it because it opens you up to a lot of stuff, all right? This was captured on a Storm Chasers live stream on his video from his dash cam as he hid in a parking structure watching this hurricane move through town. All right, now this EVP, these things are real because I've had one happen to me. And one night when I was out in my garage doing my thing, taking the pictures that I show you, some of these videos. Oh, really? You guys gotta do that ad.
You are the scum of the earth. Well, technically.
Nice ad. Okay. I guess they don't like me too much. Calling me scum of the earth. Alright, here we go. Let's leave that image up for a minute. So these EVPs are real. One night when I was out in my garage praying and doing the security camera video thing, the stereo was playing a song one of my favorite songs, and it was a radio station that was coming in from one of the nearby towns. So it's over the air. It wasn't like a YouTube video or anything. I'm listening to the radio station coming out of Reno. And during the song kind of ground to a halt, almost like putting your finger on a record and slowing it down. The tempo slowed down, everything went and stopped. Then everything got really quiet. The crickets stopped chirping. The clock on the wall wasn't ticking anymore. And I heard one of these EVP voices come through the stereo with a message. And I was kind of blown away, like, what is going on here? Somebody pulling a prank on me or something? So I kind of answered back. It repeated a message, and I responded. Then it responded with a different message, and that was it. And the music started back up from grinding to a halt, right back to the song again. The clock on the wall started ticking again, and all the crickets went back to chirping again. And I was like, nobody's going to believe me if I tell them this. But it's an event that really happened, and it's something I got to tell you guys about because it might happen to one of you. And if it does, it can really do a lot of damage to a person. Okay, so this is a real EVP. I was going through my Storm Chasers, watching, what this guy captured that day and what this dude captured. And I went over to see what this channel had captured. And while I was watching their video, I was blown away to hear my name whispered in an EVP on this man's video. I'm going to play it again here. It's a little garbled and it's not the best audio. If you want to hear it, you can come over here and hear it a lot better with headphones on. I'm going to do my best to try to capture it the best I can. All right, so hang in there for a second. Now, I was kind of, like I said, blown away when I heard this. But this is this guy's feed. It was in his video, and when I went back to go recapture it, they edited out this part of the video out of the Lion. Alright, so let's kill that. Alright, so that's the audio from this gentleman's video, and it's God led me to this, and I heard this, and it's, well, let's just say, imagine if it was doing that to you. How disturbing if you heard your name like that. Anyways, so let's come on back over here, get our picture pulled up, and do some reading for tonight. There we go. There's a comforting image. Bring peace, hope, strength, courage. Courage to overcome adversity. You know, you're understanding that you're being tested now, that you're having these challenges in life because you're being tested. I'm trying to get a good image there. Alright. I want to just part face. Sorry. It's where my ADD kicks in and I'm like not happy with the results until I get them. There we go. Good enough. Now I need light over here. And something to sit on. Alright. Tonight's video was titled Tests and Challenges because I think you guys can all see that we're all going through tests and challenges now, okay? And as we advance day by day further into this, as we get closer and closer, your tests and challenges are going to get harder and harder, and just a little bit of this to help you deal with them. So, when tests and challenges come at you from all sides, consider it a joyful opportunity. Don't waste energy regretting the way things are or wishing you could go back to yesterday. Remember that I am sovereign, powerful, and loving. Moreover, I am with you to help. Instead of being overwhelmed by all the difficulties, grasp my hand with confident trust. Though you are insufficient to handle your troubles by yourself, you and I together can handle anything. If you view your circumstances from this big picture perspective, you can be joyful even in the midst of your struggles. You have not only my presence with you, but my spirit within you. I am always ready to help. Seek my assistance as often as you need. One of the hardest parts of dealing with multiple trials is waiting for their resolution. Since patience is part of the Spirit's fruit, I can help you endure the waiting. Don't try to get out of hard times prematurely. Instead, persevere patiently, knowing that perseverance must finish its work, making you mature and complete. Now, where did I go? The other one, Lord, where to go? I had it right here. Oh. I am the creator of heaven and earth, Lord of all that is and all that will be, all that will ever be. Although I am unimaginably vast, I choose to dwell within you and with you, permeating you with my presence. Only in the spirit realm could someone so infinitely great live within someone so very small. Be awed by the power and the glory of my spirit within you. Through the Holy Spirit, though the Holy Spirit is infinite, he died. No. Though the Holy Spirit is infinite, he desires to be your helper. He is always ready to offer assistance. All you need, all to do is ask. When the path before you looks easy and straightforward, you may be tempted to go it alone instead of relying on me. This is when you are in the greatest danger of stumbling. Ask my Spirit to help you as you go each step of the way. Never neglect this glorious source of strength within you. Okay, so a lot there, guys. This tests and challenges you got to endure and overcome. This is a test of your character, of your faith. Just because things aren't going the way you want doesn't mean they're not going the way God wants it. So there's more going on than just you. There's a lot of spiritual work being done here. And I'm just doing my best here, trying to show you what I found and guide you properly with His Word. Okay? And guide you to the right source. Here's your source right here. Jesus Christ, back in the clouds on Easter of 2020. I'm sure most of you guys that are here can see it because you're still here, even though my computer's not. Staying put very well. There we go. Hopefully you can see that beautiful image. There was a lot of pain taking these images. It took a long time for this to evolve in the clouds, and holding my camera up with a shattered shoulder took a lot of endurance to bring this to you. So I endure it, the pain, because I love you guys, so I can bring this to you, okay? I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Share it with your friends and family, because each day we're getting closer and closer, and things are going to get scarier and scarier, and you guys are going to need this as relief, as a good reminder to hang in there, okay? So there's a lot going on behind the scenes that you don't see. So things are changing, and even though it doesn't seem like it, it's for your own good. So I think that's it. I love all you. Oh, I see Annabelle made it here. We got Leslie. We got Chacha Sage. Annabelle. John White. Leslie. Oh, good. Michelle Cameron made it. I saw her a couple of times. I'll give you a ranch as well, Michelle. You've been here for a long time. Anyways, just want to say goodbye to you guys. I hope this brings you hope and strength and courage. And it's not meant to scare you, but it's just a little early warning, heads up, a little early Christmas gift. You know how sometimes you open up a gift on Christmas Eve, the night before, and you get an early Christmas gift? That's what this is. This is an early Christmas gift of things to come, better things to come. All right, for your own good, for your spiritual good. So that's it for tonight. I love you all. God bless you all. Thank you all for coming here. Please share, like, subscribe, whatever. I don't really say that much, but just check your alerts. I don't know if anybody's ever getting alerts anymore, but other than that, I love you. I miss you. And until my next show, I'll be back. I am back already. Can't you tell?